SimpleBills is a simple, stress-free solution to managing utility billing. If you have roommates, SimpleBills splits your apartment's bills, so you're only financially responsible for your share of the bills, and you don't need to worry about your roommate's portions. When you initially sign into SimpleBills, you need to set up at least one payment method. You can use a bank checking account. Or add a major credit card, excluding American Express. The check mark indicates the default payment method that's used to pay your bills. When you add a credit card, SimpleBills charges you to store your credit card details, but doesn't charge you to use your card to pay your bills. If you want to avoid the credit card storage fee, you can instead set up a bank account as your payment method. It's a good idea to set up autopay to make sure your bills are paid on time so you can avoid late fees. Autopay is not set up automatically. You have to choose to enroll in it. If you don't have it turned on and you miss a payment, SimpleBills will perform what's called a force pay, where your default payment method is billed, but you'll also have to pay a late fee. You're not finished yet. Be sure to save your autopay settings. Autopay charges your default payment method for the current balance 5 days after your invoice becomes available. When you enable autopay, it kicks in for the next billing cycle, not on the current billing cycle. You can turn autopay on or off at any time. Once you've set up a payment method, the dashboard becomes your home screen. You'll see the dashboard first whenever you log into SimpleBills. Initially, you may not see a bill. You pay utilities in arrears, which means you pay after you've used the utility. So when you pay the water bill, for example, you're paying for last month's showers, dishwasher cycles, and other previous water usage. Once your first invoice is available, the dashboard shows your current balance, the number of days until the bill is due, or if it's overdue, and the due date. You also have a snapshot of your bill's month-to-month trend for your specific unit and how your bill average compares to other similar units. A chart also breaks down how specific utilities add up to your bill. If you only pay one utility through SimpleBills, this chart will always show 100% since that one utility is 100% of your bill. If you pay more than one utility, you'll see a breakdown. You'll also see additional visuals for each utility. Select My Bill to view your current invoice. When SimpleBills receives a bill from a utility provider, SimpleBills automatically splits that bill between you and your roommates. Your portion of the utility bill from the utility provider is what's shown on your current invoice breakdown. My Bill displays your invoice number, the total account balance, and the date it is due. It also shows a breakdown of the bill by utility charges and services and taxes. Expand to view additional details of the charge, such as the bill cycle date and the percentage of a charge to the bill. The invoice date is different from the bill cycle date. The bill cycle date shows the usage dates of a specific utility charge, last month's dates. The invoice date is the day the bill was sent to you. And the due date, of course, is the final day you can pay without incurring a late fee. You can also download a copy of your utility bill. The bill is a PDF file, a digital document that you can store on your email, smartphone, or computer. The amount reflected on the downloaded utility bill is the total amount for you and your roommates. You can also view charges for services and fees. You can expand the items to view details about the fees associated with your invoice. For more information about the different fees and charges, head to our Help Center at simplebills.zendesk.com. If you see a negative balance on your SimpleBills invoice, you have a credit on your account. This means you probably overpaid on a previous month and are due a credit. The credit balance is handled differently depending on if you have autopay enabled. If you're in autopay, we'll apply the credit to your balance on the next billing cycle. If you're not in autopay and you have a credit balance, you'll still need to log in and make a payment. This transfers your credit balance to your new invoice, which will reduce your bill, or, if the credit is large enough, the credit will pay the bill completely. If your SimpleBills account is closed, we can request a refund check for you. Just shoot us a message and let us know where to send the check. To settle a bill, select Pay Bill. Instead of using autopay, you can log into SimpleBills each month and manually enter a payment. If you forget to make the payment and pay after the due date, you might incur a late fee. You can also make one-time payments in addition to autopay. You can't use the same payment method for one-time and autopay payments. Instead, you'll need to set up a new, different payment method for one-time payments. Enter the payment details. You can save this payment method for future payments. Select Submit once you're done. You can view your payment in Bill History. In Bill History, you can see your past invoices along with the amount paid and the payment date. Select Details to view the breakdown of the invoice. It's similar to the My Bill page. You'll see the due date, the date you paid for the invoice, and your transaction history. If you need to manage your account details, select the wrench icon on the upper right corner of the screen. Use Manage My Account to change your secondary contact information, change your password, turn on credit reporting, and see your roommate's lease contract dates. You cannot update your primary contact information because it relates to your lease. If you need to update your primary contact information, reach out to your property. SimpleBills also sends updates and invoices to your secondary contact information should you choose to add them. A credit score exists so that vendors can tell how trustworthy you are when it comes to paying them back in a timely manner. If you've never had any forms of credit cards, loans, etc., in your name, you're most likely credit invisible. When the day comes that you want to buy a car or house, you may have a difficult time based on your limited credit history and/or your low credit score. Your credit score is calculated by several factors, including the length of your credit history and if you pay your bills on time. When we report your payment history to credit bureaus, your credit score can be positively impacted in both of those areas. By using SimpleBills credit reporting, you can help build your credit score without having to incur a large debt or get a credit card. This way, you can be prepared to make those big purchases in the future. Contract Dates lists your roommates and their contract dates. From here, you can request to change your contract dates when you need to stay longer or move out sooner. You can also request a fix if you find a discrepancy. You can also close your account if needed. You can view SimpleBills Terms of Service from the bottom of any screen. For additional information or any questions, you can access the Help Center from the bottom of the screen or at simplebills.zendesk.com. The Help Center has tons of helpful articles, guides, and FAQs to help answer any SimpleBills questions you may have.